Okay.
Hey, Bardic, do you think we could just like go straight to game instead of doing intro? Because we've sit here for 36 minutes talking about fucking JoJo.
Alright, yeah, you know what?
Well, technically,
Let's
we only
do
talked
that.
about JoJo for 10 minutes.
Alright.
Let's do
No,
that. Let's do that.
So, here I go. I'm just gonna quick fire intros. Hi, I'm Bardic. Find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, and YouTube as Bardic. No, we have Nin, who's played... Not Nin. Nick! Nin and...
Nin!
Nin!
He's not made of knee.
Man.
Sorry. Nick and Rin combined. That's your fusion dance. Nin.
Oh god.
God.
So, okay, so we got Nick Mikuris. He's a captain.
The
He's a
super
first person.
nerd.
He is my mod.
I was
He does
thinking
good.
four-armed wind user.
We've
Oh,
got
no.
Dakota. Dakota's playing Wave. Wave makes stuff small. Dakota, you can find White Wolf. He also shows up on Monday nights and plays Yu-Gi-Oh! We have Shogun. Shogun, today, might play a little bit of Maggie, might play a little bit of Chum. Shogun does good streaming over on Cryogun. Go check them out. We have James. James playing Skunky Boy. James, you can also find on Monday nights to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And then we have the other half of Nin, being Rin. Rin only exists if we choose to perceive him, or if he allows us to. It's neither here nor there, really. That I believe I did the intros, correct?
One
well
more
enough.
thing. I don't have a schedule. I just do it whenever, but I have started streaming.
Ooh.
What?
Nice.
Yeah,
When was this?
like several nights
You didn't
ago.
hear him the other. Oh no, he wasn't here. You were telling me and Cody.
Sorry,
That's
I
right.
work.
Unfortunately, Twitch didn't save my first fucking video, but I spent over half the stream trying to fix my broken keyboard because it died on me on stream. Like the power cord fell out. Just no.
No, the cord fell out. Then the charging port fell inside the keyboard.
Yeah, it was just bad. Anyways,
Okay,
I'd sometimes stream.
So what channel is that?
Omen264. What else?
Cool. Alright. So, last time. What did we do last time? That is a good question. I believe we just...
End of fight. Introducing all the shit that happened between Chum and Data was going to be explained because we started seeing the giant crab walking towards us or some shit.
That?
No, it wasn't
No.
walking towards you. You just gained some tracker so that you can.
Yeah. You had...
But it was going to flash over to Chum and Data. I do know that.
Yep. And we were doing a thing.
Yes.
Sorry,
So-
a thing just happened and I'm confused by it. It's not about making a prediction.
I started a prediction.
How many times will we get distracted? A lot.
How many times will we get off topic in 1 hour? Less than 20 or greater than 20?
Well, now I can
Well,
just
we're already
pick
at
the
one.
results. So, alright.
Yeah. So in 1 hour, I will post how many times we've done that, and you guys can vote right now to possibly double your channel points.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, so John and Data are off on a place doing a thing. Everybody else, he just finished. Essentially bullying a king, but don't worry, he deserved it. He's a bad, terrible human being, and we're allowed to bully bad, terrible human beings. Like local politicians who you can find on Twitter and bully. Remember, you
Oh,
can do
God.
that.
No.
kids.
Okay, alright.
We're at 2.
Sorry. I'm trying to think.
Chum and Data.
Chum and
Chum
Data.
and Data.
Is that where we're,
Chum and Data.
Is that where we'd like to start?
Chumming data.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear Chumming Data. I heard Charmin Data, and I'm like, he works with the Bears now?
3?
Chum is what is
No, a
the
fanboy.
because Chum pulled himself through. I'm trying to be vague. Chum pulled himself through. Where is Chum now?
Okay.
Bardic?
Chum,
Chum and Chum Prime.
you have pulled yourself through. You find yourself. Let's describe this. Yeah, you find yourself at the. Yeah, at the top of a giant mechanical crab's leg. It appears as if you have just clambered on top of it. if you have just arrived here on this island crab monstrosity, you have data with you. There is a small dinghy boat, which... Did you leave tied to the leg, or have you just left it?
I know that we probably... So, we would have stolen some sort of vessel to, like, get rescued people out.
Mhm.
But knowing Data, he probably would have just figured out if one of them could sail and had them get out and stayed behind.
Mhm.
So... I guess we tied the little dinghy to the side of the ship.
I just love the idea there's a giant, like, walking crab, and there's just a little dinghy, like, tied with, like, a little bit of rope to the leg, just kind of like, oh, I don't know.
It has a sign that says, "Do not touch."
On the dinghy?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
It makes me happy. Okay. So... The site the site before you, it seems, I wouldn't say like a fairly normal looking town. So first of all, there appears to be like almost no natural light here, as the entire atmosphere around you seems to be very thick and musty, as if there's like a protruding smog just everywhere. So thick that natural sunlight cannot make it through. Everything is lit up by essentially like large stadium floodlights. There is no natural earth ground. The entire floor seems to be very carefully laid out sheets of like corrugated iron. So it's not super fun to walk on, and it seems sturdy enough. Like, you would have to put in a lot of effort to like start breaking apart, but you could if you so wished. There, in the area you are, there seems to be a few smaller buildings, and they don't seem to have any notes or anything to them. Just like quite long, not much depth to them, fairly reminiscent of like military barracks, like almost devoid of personality and anything aside from practical, you come here, you sleep. And then there is one much larger building, and that seems to, it has no windows, they've all been shut up, and there is there's two large doors. One which seems to have people going in, and one which seems to less frequently have one or two people coming out.
Alright. Data's gonna step off to the side and make sure that no one can see him.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's going to try to swap clothes if he can. So...
I mean,
he's gonna wait.
Yes, realistically, what you do notice is where you are. Whilst there isn't like any earth or farmland or anything like that, you do see that there are people working incredibly hard on almost like aeroponics, which essentially that is growing plants without soil.
Like the stuff they do in the space station, right?
Essentially, yes. So you'll see they're like in lots of pots, like suspended and very organized, very unnatural, unpleasant, like tiers upon tiers upon tiers of plants. And you see that there's a few people kind of just working, like, and everything is very mechanical, and not like the systems, as in the actions of the people. It's very mechanical, very monotonous, almost as if they... I mean, once again, if you've ever seen like a factory line, an efficient factory line, it's very much like that. So, one person will like plant a seed, and the next person will do that, and it's very efficient, except it almost entirely lacks any sense of human error. You know, because in a fact line, people make mistakes. It happens. You know, you can't do the same thing a million times and get it right every time. That seems like it's not happening here. And these people seem entirely unaware of anything around them. There is zero communication. They don't even look to each other. Yo, my guy, King Bob, just donating 10 subs. What a babe.
Dude,
Nice.
King Bob, my boy. Can I do anything special for you? Can I give him like any kind of VIP status or anything? No,
Theoretically,
that's not a thing.
I'm terrible at Twitch. I'm a bad streamer, so someone will have to be good at it. But yeah, just
Well, I am gonna make sure that he does the proper things on your server.
well, we'll get you something sorted, Bob, because that's
Really nice.
that's big boy plays. That's like genius. That's kind human act of amazingness. So we'll figure out something there. All right.
Wait, which King Bob? Apparently we have two.
King
Oh
Bob.
no.
King Bob 10K.
10K?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just got more?
We have King Bob 10K1 and King Bob the Holy Lord.
Another 10.
And he donated another. Dude!
Bro.
Who are these going to?
Well, I know one went to James.
Wait, hold on.
Oh yeah, James got
They're
one.
now just
Element
going to
264.
people-
Wow, that is a whole lot of stuff happening there. My brain is not handling it super well, but I will.
Oh
get
my
it.
gosh.
What's going on?
Ooh, we just got like a shed load of.
We just got
subs
20 subs gifted to us from King Bob. He's a very nice person this morning. Or afternoon, whatever, wherever you are. This now.
Yo.
But why my name?
You got gifted a sub. He gifted a bunch of subs, and it gives them to random people that have seen the channel. And you're on that list.
Yeah, I think
It gives it. It
Thank you.
prioritizes first people that are currently in the watching,
Yeah.
then people that have seen the channel, then random people. So if somebody gifts more subs than people that have even seen your channel, it's possible that can actually spread out then. So holy shit.
Yeah, and
Oh wow.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
I'm just typing out in the chat as well right here. So I'm just saying, yo, King Bob, we're gonna find something to hook you up with for that, because that is a huge deal. We're gonna figure something out, and we're gonna do something special for all of that. That was really, really lovely of you. So we're gonna sort something out there. Oh gosh, where the heck were we? I'm trying to keep vaguely on topic, but
You were describing the assembly line and
Yeah.
how lifeless it was.
yeah. So these are people. These are not robots. These are not constructs. These are people. The most noticeable thing is these people they're clearly all different types of people. They're not like all from one place and one thing. You know, some people very clearly look as if they were criminals or pirates in some way, shape, or form. Some look as if they're just random travelers. Some even look like they might have been Marines. In fact, you know what? There is a high likelihood that you probably recognize one guy you were in Marine school with. Yeah.
Oh.
That guy. Yeah, he was a bit.
By the way, Chum is already like bounding forward to go talk to these people.
Mm-hmm.
Dave's gonna hold his arm out like, whoa. This isn't right.
How hold out your arm? Like are you taking hold of Chum?
I wouldn't say
Or are you
taking
just-
home, but just kind of like a watch out, careful.
Okay, I'll be careful.
King Bob is just not stopping.
He's
Oh my
not.
God.
No.
There's $150 you've given already.
Bruh.
In the past 5 minutes.
I-
The bonus for Overland's Wing, Shadowmura, Mother Fluffer, Neo Gabby, Enigma Stroma,
I am
Great Mustache, Archive 78, Stuff He
Wow.
Plays.
Wow. I honestly,
That's incredibly nice.
That-
Like, I don't know what else to say.
No,
You're kind of stunning us all speechless. I will say that.
Pausing the game. Maybe he's just trying to get us off topic so he can
Getting
double
those
his channel points.
Big brain plays.
You know what? That is massive brain play. Scotty goes, I think I took it off, but if the channel point reward was still there, where I'd have to manually go and grind out a shiny, that's what he's doing. Like, no. But
No, I want a real shiny. You got rid of that.
yeah, I got rid of
wait.
it because I knew someone was going to abuse it.
I know a thing to get us off topic.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I'm so tempted. I'm so tempted.
What are you doing? Are you?
But yeah.
Yeah, I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Okay. So, not Dakota, your Dakota. Rin, Shogun, Data, that's the word I was going for. Data, you are grabbing Chum's arm. What is...
No, not grabbing, just kind of holding his arm out. It's like something seems off about this place, and I'm not sure if we should approach them yet.
Chum just sort of like continues to look at you and just like kind of sort of does like a limbo bend to keep maintaining upside down eye contact at you while he's running forward to go talk to these people.
Data's gonna take this opportunity to melt into the background just to see how this plays out.
Okay, Chum.
He does go into category 2.
Mm-hmm. Chum, you run up. You wish to try and interact with a person. Except there is a whole bunch of different looking people. I can make up a bunch of descriptions, or you can just say, yeah, the first one.
No, yeah, I just like slap myself into the assembly line.
Bardic.
And just start not really helping, but trying to.
Bardic, it's a broadcaster only command. You can give King Bob VIP status if you type into chat /VIP space his username, which would be King Bob 10K. I say his. I apologize if that is incorrect. I assume as because of King.
There we go. Yeah. I believe that is right. Boom. Figured it out. Big brains.
So now if we do, there it is. VIPs for this channel are King Bob 10K. Welcome. You now, I'm not sure exactly. Actually, here it is. VIPs are able to perform the following actions: chat without being affected by the slow sub-only or followers-only mode, chat without being affected by rate limits, and post links in chat even when links are disabled. Congratulations.
Okay. My brain really went like, alright, so now you can share all those porn links. Please don't.
I mean, he also has a little special badge there. It's a purple diamond, if you'll see it.
That's pretty cool. I need to get better at badges. There's a whole bunch of Twitch stuff I need to do. At some point, I will sit down and get someone on the call, and we'll make the Twitch channel.
Like I said, I don't think we've ever made to this point channel-wise.
No, I think theoretically with the amount of I think that will actually take me up a tier, so I might even get like an extra emote slot just from King Bob doing that.
Oh my, that is possible. That's
look into.
Wonderful.
Distraction. Chum. Assembly line. You just kind of like you just popping yourself in on what you perceive to be the end, or you just like sidling on up into the middle.
Yeah, I just kind of squeeze my way into space. Like I try and find a space between, I guess, like two kind of smaller people, so that there's like kind of a gap between them, and then I just kind of squeeze my way in and just start like handling things, even though I don't know anything about what's going on. It's like, how's it going?
There is no response to you. In fact, not even that they just don't talk. They don't even know. Like, you can like jostle them around and move them. They are unfazed. In fact, if you grab at something that they are doing, they will continue doing it, even if it is not there. If you take the plant pot away from them, they will move as if the plant pot is still there.
I like wave my hand in front of. You okay, friend?
There is no response. The only thing you notice, because obviously these people are like alive. It's not like they're dead or anything. But you do notice that the eyes they very much they start to look around. Like the body is moving of its own accord. The eyes just like glance at you and then kind of glance off somewhere else. And is there a check to like sense motive or read subtext or?
I believe it is. I mean, I got good diplomacy.
If for like sense motive.
I don't. Do I have sense? Oh, yeah, it's sense motive.
So it's sense motive. Whiz-based skill.
Okay, yeah. So would you
Yeah,
like
sense
to try and roll sense motive? You want to try and see what this person is trying to get across to you?
Would this be wisdom or charisma?
Let's double check. And wisdom is what it says here.
Rat. Wow!
What do we get? What do we get? What do we get? What do we get? Is that
Uh,
nat 20?
Oh wow! Yeah.
Not quite.
All right. So King Bob has clearly
Oh my god.
affected this. So due to King Bob being just like the most amazing human being possible right now, you like, that's what we're getting nat 20s. That's my logic. So with that nat 20, John, you can tell that this person is in a severe amount of distress. Almost with this one flicker of eye movement, you can tell that this person has zero control over their own actions currently. And they are trying to alert you. Well, it's a combination of things. They're both trying to alert you to be like, hey, you shouldn't be here, it's dangerous, but also a begging plea for, okay, but clearly you're not affected. Help. Dude, fucking help.
I grab like against their forehead and bend.
What are you attempting to bend here?
I don't exactly know, but whatever is controlling their body, I just want to bend it away from them. At least enough to release its control over their mouth.
Okay. You want to try and roll something there for me? What do you feel would be the most appropriate thing?
We've always used reflex saves.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's roll reflex. That'll do it. Okay, so as you bend, what you realize and what you basically discover is you like pull this person out and almost like it's not like a shell because it's not physical, but you can see it and you can feel it. Almost like a wooden exoskeleton, as it were. I mean, it's not actually wooden, it's more like a metaphorical thing because it disappears, but you see this like wooden shadow like fall off of them as you bend them out of position. And that like wooden thing, it seemed to like it's very reminiscent of like a puppet that you seem to have pulled them out of. And
Oh, in that case, I like kick the person out of the way. I like kick them away from the position where the puppet is.
yeah, and you do that, and they kind of fall, and the puppet that was there just like collapses, and the person is free. Once again, it's not a real puppet, so it kind of like collapses them and just
Right.
dissipates into nothingness. And this person, they just start crying. Like,
I like jump over and like sort of. I don't want them to be too loud, but also I want to comfort them. So I just sort of like jump on top of them. I like jump on top of them like they're a bomb or something. Just like to both hug them, but also try and quiet them down.
When this happens, Data's going to start scanning the area because he assumes something that is this uniform would have contingencies for this, meaning that if someone falls out of their control, they probably know.
So what you do notice is, because you've broken up the assembly line, like this person where they were, like, since they're not there to keep things moving along.
And they're like right in the middle.
Yeah. So there's just like this small pile of pots building up for like just being passed, and this person's not doing their job. So, the pot just like stays there, and then the next one, and then the next one. So you maybe got like 30 seconds before someone in charge comes to be like, hey now. Because it's going to be pretty obvious when something goes awry. So, Data, you looking around, you can tell, like, okay, since this is such a big operation, you do have maybe about 30 seconds or so before something has to be done.
I have an idea.
Okay.
Is this area enclosed?
Where you currently are.
Yes.
I wouldn't really say, like, enclosed. I'd say it's limited. As in, the floor you are stood on, it clearly ends. You see, like, a path, but once again, since there's nothing natural here, the path is created. And so
well, I just mean, is there, like, a roof and, like, a door that is closed?
Oh, gosh, no. No, this is out in the open.
Okay, out in the open. That's what I needed. Okay. Well, then that won't work.
It would help when we
wonder-
can have our navigator call lightning.
Could I... Ooh, I know. I'm gonna slowly start, like, trying to pull some of the smog that's in the air down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can totally do that.
To make it, like, fill the bottom of the room and obscure stuff.
Okay. So you're just pulling the smog down to, like, ground level and creating... Okay. I like that. That's interesting. That's smart. So you're essentially creating, like, a covering.
Yes.
Okay. Who is this person? Who is this person we have just saved? What's their deal? I don't create NPCs.
Who made the last one?
I don't know. Let's have a think.
I think it would be interesting if it was one of the Marines.
All right, yeah. You know what? So we'll say this was a Marine. Does this Marine have any defining characteristics?
Maybe some scars.
Mm-hmm. And how do they talk?
I don't know, just normally, I suppose.
Okay, so normal Marine. We will call him. We'll call him Johnny.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So Johnny, after being saved, sobbing, almost uncontrollably, clearly trying to like retain some level of something just to be of actual use, and it's just go. You've been sent to rescue us from HQ? Did the message get out? Did it do good?
You did good, but we didn't get any message.
They took them all. He did it. They're gone. They took them. What are we doing? You gotta help us.
Okay. We're gonna get him. We're gonna get everybody. This time, I'll get everybody.
Data's going to make his way over. We gotta go. Like now.
Yeah.
I have to get everybody.
Where are we gonna take them?
You gotta help them. I mean, this is bad. It's real bad.
Shh. Okay. Look,
There's
first we need to get a ship.
There's a boat That way.
How big is it?
Big enough.
For how many people?
These ones.
Okay, that'll have to do. All right. You get the people. You can apparently wake people up. I'll try to take down anyone that shows up silently. If things get loud,
There are 2 guards.
for now,
On the ship, there are 2 guards.
can you handle them, or do you want me to take care of it?
You go ahead. I lose.
Fair enough. All right. And for the time being, he needs to keep moving those pots.
He can't.
Well, we need to figure something out, because if I go outside, someone's coming down here to see why this assembly line is broken.
We just have to move them all now. Just go.
All right, fine, get to it. And with that, he's going to silently dash towards where the ship is and switch over to category 3. So that
All
he
right.
can
Do you want?
fly.
Do you want me to make a check for every single person, or?
As assume you can just take 20, and you're gonna slowly start. Well, not slowly, pretty quickly, just boom, 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 pulling as many people out as you can, and one by one, they react, and they start trying to pick themselves up, and
I'm also going to pull, or I'm going to bend emotions
Mhm.
on them as well
Mhm.
to calm them down, because we don't have time for them to be distressed right now.
That's pretty damn fair, really, if you ask me.
Yeah.
So with that,
And usher them toward the ship that I know is there.
Yeah.
I know that there are 2 guards,
Were 2 guards.
and I know that Data can handle them. Are you okay with me somewhat taking this narrative control, Bardic?
100%. It saves me a job. It's like, because of course it's a ship. Why wouldn't there be a ship? And in fact, and Data, as you're heading on over, you're rushing ahead. Quite frankly, it's not actually that astounding that you didn't notice it, because these crab legs are huge. Essentially, on the other side of where your dinghy is tied, there is essentially like a small port, and there's like 3 or 4, maybe 5 ships.
How many guards per?
There's the 2 on the ship that Chum had seen. The port itself seems fairly unguarded. It's almost like these ships. There's one thing of note: these are not uniform ships. These are not ships that are like part of like a fleet or anything like that. These are clearly a whole hodgepodge. You see like a marine vessel, you see a pirate vessel, you see a trade merchant vessel. Clearly, these are like captive ships.
Okay. I have an idea.
One thing I'll note is there is a quite large disparity in age of the ship. So some clearly look like we've only been sat here for like a week. Some, developing cobwebs, maybe a bit of mold and whatnot. They might have been sat there for years, untouched, uncared for.
Gotcha.
So, Data, what is your plan of action?
First things first, I'm gonna fly low and approach the first ship that Chum was talking about from behind. Then, with a quick burst of speed, I'm going to Shigon the first guard, and with my other hand cover his mouth, like in the back.
Okay. Do you want to roll for that?
Yeah. I probably need to adjust my damage because I think I do a little bit more, but so it's this plus another d6. Oh,
Hot diggity damn. A crit?
That's a little bit.
oh.
Okay,
Well, then.
clearly the King Bob luck is rolling on.
So you dealt 7 damage unless you crit, in which case you dealt 24.
A little bit more actually.
Let's
'Cause
take
I didn't add the additional damage from Shigan.
Yeah.
Fucking 28.
Okay, so you
Yep.
go and you just
And it bypasses DR.
it does, and that's what's so dangerous. So you just and you feel this guard. You feel like you can feel that he is slipping into unconsciousness. Like right from that, you just got to hold, maybe pinch the nose a little bit, and he's gone sleepy time now. You got it.
Okay, that's one. I pull out one of my mini handcuffs
Mhm.
and cuff him, and then I hide for a second, make sure that the guard didn't notice,
Mhm.
and then proceed to sneak up behind him and do it again. And let the other guard didn't do it to them.
Just one, but okay. So Data is now Solid Snake. Yeah, go for it.
Do I have a cooler way to do this? Nah.
You
So
do it
watch,
with a
this,
kick.
watch this one. He gets a nat 1.
Nah.
But a 7 again. So
There we go.
you kind of go for this one. This guard clearly a little bit more sturdy, or you didn't quite hit the right spot, so you've got him. But they are capable of fighting back, and they look like they're about to start doing that.
Yeah, roll initiative. Because if I win initiative, it would be very bad for him.
Yeah, okay. I rolled a 3. So it's highly unlikely I can win.
I could now win this. There's always a chance.
There is, so just check it out. No. Yeah, do you
Yeah,
wanna?
So Data's gonna activate category 1. He's gonna swap to category 1 with his finger in his back.
Oh god. Uh-huh. So just whoosh, spin,
Yep.
wreck this guy's entire
I don't know
backup.
what you want me to roll for that.
Did we ever decide what Shigan is under category 1?
It's Starfinger.
Yeah.
So it extends the Shigan range to 10 feet instead of within 5.
Okay. I mean, so yeah, the damage will be the same.
So 10 feet is through him.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
just looks really impressive. Oh my god, you know what this? I've totally just realized what this actually kind of looks like. This is you have essentially found the shortcut to Rokuoga.
Oh. Yeah.
That's
Data's
basically
version
what
of
that
Roku
is.
Ogon is gonna be wild, but
You found the shortcut to it. Just go, wait. So yeah, just roll again.
hold on. This time it does it even more because I'm in category 1 instead.
Oh my days, that's brutal.
Yes, this is correct. And then I need to add 2d6.
Okay, so we're at 10, and that's just added another 11. All right, yeah. So with over 20 damage. Okay, yeah, that will actually take this spook out before anything can happen. So he's there like, hey, what you gonna do? Ah!
Cool.
So yeah,
Gone.
you have cleared the guards.
Flawless victory.
Pretty much, yeah.
Handcuff them. Are there? How many guards are on the other ships? Because I legitimately do have an idea.
Taking a quick look around, the ship that Chum points you to. We all like to clown that Chum is silly and useless, but Chum is actually a very capable.
He is
sailor.
not
He's
useless.
definitely not useless.
Oh,
Definitely silly though.
God, no.
Yeah, but yeah, Chum is an incredibly capable sailor. So the ship that Chum points you to is the most seaworthy. The others a lot less so, and so they're not really guarded that heavily. In fact, no guards. They only really cared about guarding this one. The other ships are sailable, but without like serious assistance, as in maybe being tied to a much more capable ship, they probably wouldn't get very far, especially not through the inherent difficult current of being next to a giant walking crab. So,
Paula.
Right.
I would say also the crazy currents of the fucking Grand Line where we're at right now.
Yeah, true. All right. In that case, Data is going to release one of the ships, one of the bad ships. I'd say somewhere middle of the line, something that seems like if I was to walk outside and try to escape, and I go, that ship is guarded, that ship is a little bit far enough away, and it seems like it's seaworthy, so I'm gonna try to steal this ship. That's the one I release.
okay. So like the second best one you release.
Yeah.
Okay, so that just starts to slowly sift off.
And I give it a little push
Whoosh.
of wind so that it doesn't like immediately crash into like the leg or something.
Okay. Now, let's quickly jump back over to Chum. Chum, you've saved as many people as you can on this assembly line. Like, a decent amount, 10, 20, whatever. At this point, you can physically hear and see from the large windowless building a group of maybe 10, if not more, guards. All equipped with what looks to be pretty hardcore, not lethal weaponry, weaponry specifically designed to, what's what I'm looking for? Subdue. So they look like they've got like cattle prods, stuff to fire out, like rubber bullets. It's not a great analogy, but essentially like riot police.
And as soon as I wake people up, I'm immediately sending them to the ship. I'm
Yeah,
not
so
having
it's-
them hanging around. I'm just immediately sending them.
So there is this steady stream of people just running to try and find, to try and get towards Data. Is this set of like riot police coming in? They've got their shields, they've got prods, and all kinds of stuff.
So I can move him. Data will stop the Marine before
Mhm.
he gets on the ship.
Johnny.
He's gonna be like, look. It's like, look, Johnny. I know you've been through a lot. I know you're stressed out. But I have to stay here to keep saving people, and someone has to sail the ship. So if you want to quit being Marine when you get back, that's fine. One last mission.
Yes, sir. You can trust Johnny. Johnny's gonna get it good.
Okay. He's gonna go to. He's gonna watch. He's gonna go closer to the entrance to where Chum is, but also he's gonna stay because just in case, I don't know, someone like appears from the side or starts rappelling down from the roofs. I don't know what they have here.
And so, Chum sees that that they're coming, and he says, "Never fast enough. Never fast enough. Need to go faster." And so he reaches and pulls time.
You're
You're muted,
muted, Nick. It's hilarious.
I
Just
said,
sounds
"Oh
like-
God, are we to that stage already?"
And he pulls through Chum.
Like the other chum.
Another Chum.
Jesus.
And so he
Christmas
draws
future.
his sword and heads off to go delay the guards while this one continues to wake people up.
At this site, Data will be like, "What the fuck?"
Okay, so
The actual.
Oh,
hell.
good. Chum's learned something new.
It's wonderful, isn't it?
okay, so
It's scary.
Yeah. It's a devil fruit user, a paramecia.
Chum, the Chum Prime, you're still fending off. Like, you're still helping people. Chum the Second, Chum 2.0. Like, what are we addressing this one as?
Chum clone.
He's Chum.
So we've got Chum Prime and Chum.
Yes.
Right, so Chum, you're going, and are you attempting to stop this essentially small like SWAT crew
Mhm.
from approaching. So there's like at least 10 of them.
He
Alright.
runs forward, like dives like knees first into the ground and just like kicks up a bunch of dust at them,
Mm-hmm.
and then goes into a new ability that I've learned,
Oh, good.
Kamiye.
Ooh. Okay, so Kamiye from memory, that's a paper art, isn't it? That's the defensive stance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got it. So, as you go into this stance, can you explain what that does?
Well, at the level that I've taken it, it will give me a +6 to dodge.
Okay. So,
Oh yeah, that does go up.
to save time and save dice rolls here, essentially, if we just describe what's happening, these 10 guards, who in of themselves are clearly quite capable. You see them like they're gonna try jabbing at you with the castle prods, and see one even trying to like get some wrist ties. And Chum, you are just like floating through, like, as whatever analogy you want to use, whatever anime reference, Matrix, whatever it is, just seamlessly, just not even trying. Just,
Well, and in combination with his bending powers, is extremely difficult to hit. However, he sees that some of them are peeling off to continue with their mission.
oh,
I was gonna say he's
100%.
Ultra Instinct, using Ultra Instinct on these bitches.
So,
And if some of them are going to continue on their mission to go stop the original chum, then he will stop using Kamiye and
So-
start fighting.
yeah, I'd say, there's probably like one round where all 10 try to go, all right, you know what? This is a waste of time. 10 of us on one guy. It's a waste of resources. And they split, 5 of them head off and continue, leaving 5 on Chum and 5 to head over to Chum Prime to stop what's going on there.
Right. And so that chum will stop using Kamiye, grab the ground, and pull it, and pull the ones that are running away from him back.
Okay.
Bring them
If
back to him.
if Chum lines them up by pulling the ground, Data will be off in the background and fire an anvil through the
Oh.
line.
Ooh, to shove them back as well. I like that. This is good teamwork. Chum and Data are some of the most intricate teamwork I feel here. It's very cool. This is
Because
actually
it's Shogun and Rin who have like the most grasp on how the hell 3.5 works.
just how can we break everything?
Exactly.
Okay.
However, narratively, just as Chum, the original Chum, succeeds in releasing the last person,
Mhm.
would be when the Chum he has summoned is dragged into the alleyway
Oh yeah.
by the guards.
So, as that is exactly it. The last person's released. They're gonna start running, and at that moment, whatever it is, a rogue nat 20, whatever. Chum is like zapped, easy, and just grabbed and being dragged off. Chum Prime, I assume you're gonna go follow.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
is that Chum from the past or the future?
Yes.
Alternate or parallel dimension, alternate universe, sort of.
It doesn't matter because
It's
this
V4C,
timeline
that's it.
is never gonna happen.
It's Chum from a timeline in which that Chum gets pulled into this timeline by Chum.
Oh, gotcha. So it's King Crimson. I get it now.
Rick and Morty.
V4C is what it is.
Well,
Yeah.
and so, no. So what you see is, Chum comes around, sees the other one just beat and bloody and even possibly dead,
Mm-hmm.
and just screams out in agony and remorse, and pulls himself through time again.
I honestly gotta ask, how many times has Chum seen himself dead?
Well, enough times for you all to complete the campaign on Pyrite Island.
Yeah, so all in all, this whole operation, everything Chum and Dates did, took maybe, 20 minutes? How long were we running around Pyrite Town, like Pyrite for? 3 days? So, 20 minutes into 3 days, what? So that's 3 times an hour, 24 hours, so that's 3 by 24, which is 72. 72 by 3 is
216.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Chum has
So
probably
this-
seen himself die 216 times, give or take.
And this whole time, Data's been dashing in and out.
No
He's
wonder
like-
he sounds so just
Yeah.
empty.
Data's going out of the time bubble, knocking out guards, getting people to the ship, back in the time bubble, trying to catch Chum. Then Chum warps again. He's like, God fucking damn it. Once the ship is full, though, which I feel like after like 3 days, we'll hit that point pretty quickly. He sends it off, and then he focuses all his efforts on trying to get Chum out of his loop, and explain to him that we saved the people of our timeline, just not the other ones.
But I think it requires more than just like data is helpful, but I think it requires more than just data. There's just not enough time.
So it's actually a really interesting scenario because, technically Chum is playing God right now. In of it is, yes, Rin is correct. Several boatloads of people have escaped. However, due to the time loop, Chum is also recreating these people. So, these same people are being freed and then escaping over and over, except, they only escape once because only one set of boats. It's very weird and time is confusing. So,
I mean, once they pass the limit, it would probably be really trippy.
they just get to a certain point and then just stop existing. Which,
And also, like, by day 3, Data's like he's fucking tired because wait, are there additional Datas too?
that's a valid point. What? Is there a data that is stuck inside the time loop as well? In contrast to one who is outside of it.
I think they line up at the edge of the bubble and like merge into each other at the edge of the bubble.
That makes sense.
Because like the one when he's trying to leave,
Ah.
the other one's entering, so it's just kind of an endless loop.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. So there's always only one Data in and out of the bubble at any given time.
Yeah. So
Schrodinger's Data.
what will hopefully break it is the arrival
Of something not here in the time to enter a time bubble who were not here when the time bubble was created. Yeah. So, with that,
you all.
Fucking what's that thing called that Itachi used?
the
Tsukiyomi.
Yeah, Tsukiyomi.
So, with that, I know only 2 people have really done anything so far, but that's fine. We can take like the shortest of breaks, and we'll actually try and keep it as close to 5 minutes as possible. We can come back.
And then we can immediately jump to like the ship.
Also,
Where
we got
the rest of the crew is
distracted
at.
less than 20 times.
Bullshit.
Yo.
No, it was close. It was like 18.
Well, I already did the thing, so.
I mean, to be fair, does this technically count as a distraction? And does me addressing the distraction count as another distraction?
No,
We've
just announced
we've
we
been
were on break.
We've been distracted less than 20 times. Yeah, well, I'm the man with the counter, and I say otherwise.
Well, damn. Okay, so what?
There's one distraction that was never done, but was posted about.
I mean, it's here. I was
See
just
you all.
finding the appropriate time, but harmonica time will occur as soon as we get back.
It'd be the perfect introduction of us all showing up. It's just the harmonica's tone playing.
So we will go to break. During the break, I'll get the other overlay with the right names on. Although now they're going to be break time. See you, Roasting team. Bye. So that is exactly what is happening, and we are right back on here. So whilst all that has been going on for approximately like 3 and a bit days, the rest of the group, we've got you sorted out all the crap on the island with Pyrite. You got the king. Is there anything
We
specific?
have a king.
Yeah, you had him captive. Was there anything specific you wanted to do, or are you just like, all right, you know what, I'm done with this place. We're fucking done. Sort it out amongst yourselves, Pyrites.
Did we get actually any good info on fucking Nightjack?
Yes. Okay, so you know, we're gonna One Piece the fuck out of this, and just like, yeah, in a brief flashback, you essentially get given like you get given a means to track the crab. To
We got a log pose to the fucking smokestacks.
Essentially, yes. I mean,
I am a log pose.
Yeah. So
Yeah, to islands.
The smokestacks is not technically an island, so a log pose wouldn't work. However, what you do get is you essentially get we're gonna say it's kind of like a transponder snail, except what it does is it's gonna be like radar. So when you get, it's gonna like point in the right direction and beep. So long as you sail in the right direction, this thing's gonna keep beeping at you.
Ding.
So,
Real quick.
Mhm.
Sorry, did anyone said that they picked me up and put me on the ship, or am I just sleeping in the middle of the battleground still?
I
No,
got
we can,
you.
no,
You're fine.
Merc's carrying you.
Okay,
But
I know you...
I did give you sweetberry serum though, so you are asleep.
No, I know I'm asleep. I was perfectly fine with being asleep. I just told all this talk of, okay, yeah, we're doing this, we're packing up, we're leaving. I'm like,
Yeah,
Just-
no. Merc stabilized and healed you and grabbed you and took off.
okay. I know I was healed and stabilized and napping. I just didn't
Trust me,
know.
you
I was
don't want
grabbed.
to. You don't want to hear the idea I had of how we were gonna try to get the king out of his little panic room. Bardic remembers.
Pick up the whole room and bring it with us.
That wasn't my idea.
That was mine and Maggie's idea.
Yeah, no, I said, but James don't want to hear my idea.
Because yours was probably terrible. I don't remember your idea.
Bardic remembered it.
Right. Point is, the king was stupid, and he kept touching things, which made Pirate appear, so there kept being less and less room in that room. So he eventually almost died of suffocation.
He's not a smart man.
I'm gonna
No.
say that if we're,
Hence
before
why
we
the
take
last
off,
episode was called Moronic Monarch.
before we take off though, I want to get a chunk of the mobile fortress we were using because I want to use that to
Carbon.
manipulate like a kind of armor.
Yeah.
That's moldable on Wave, and of course keep it in a large container that I shrink down and carry in my bag.
Is there
Have
anything
power
else
armor now.
anybody would like to do before leaving? I'm just trying to remember. Gigi is going with Iris, right?
Gigi?
Google.
Maggie.
Oh,
Oh.
Goo Girl.
Yeah, she was. If I remember correctly, she was
Iris,
going.
like, make her fall in love with him or something.
Yeah, pretty much. I remember she was going to go with him because he like messed with her memories.
Oh yeah, Rin, fuck the memories. Great. So yeah, she has no memories.
Yeah,
pretty
so
much.
Gigi is going there. I'm just trying to remember. Are there any other vaguely important characters anyone is vaguely interested in having any kind of interaction with before we leave? Horrible, horrible place.
Why do I feel like you're saying this for a reason?
Oh, I'm not. I'm just asking if anybody wants to talk, or do I mean...
Does Maggie need more materials for more bombs?
I assume Maggie got herself taken care of. Do we have an in-canon explanation of what happens to Isabel and Manowar? Because they are not dead. They just taken captive. We're leaving them in the hands of Iris and Lorelei, or
They are tied up with rope.
I was gonna say they're tied up with rope, and then the rope is reinforced with the what was it? Lead? What was the moving fortress made out of again?
carbon
Carbon.
fiber.
Carbon. Yeah, and it's reinforced with carbon that I manipulated and hardened around the ropes and them to keep them secure so they can't just like pop out and walk away.
Fair.
Coda, they're defeated. Regular old rope gets anybody who's been defeated.
This is a rule of
that's true.
anime.
Yes, but I don't trust Manowar motherfucking vibrating. He can just go and vibrate himself out of ropes.
No, he doesn't. He goes wub wub. He doesn't go zzz. He goes wub.
How do we know he doesn't wub internally to vibrate himself?
He doesn't.
One would assume. Okay. All things in the universe are perpetually vibrating. That is the nature of existence. Everything never stops moving. So, Manowar is eternally wobbing.
Wait, is he the reason why we're all never stopping vibrating?
Yes.
Yes.
Universal wubs. Universal wubs.
Manowar is the only thing holding the entire universe together. If Manowar stops existing, well, it doesn't matter because then the fruit manifests somewhere else. But then there's just a perpetually vibrating fruit that wubs existence ever onward.
Many wubs. Wonderful wubs.
Infinite wubbage. The fuck are we on about?
Actually, specifically for Manowar, we put something over his face so he can't project the wubs out.
That's not gonna change anything.
We're just gonna give him like.
It's not how sound works.
It
In
is
some-
an anime.
But in like subharmonic wubs doesn't matter for solid air liquid.
I mean, realistically,
It just
the only
goes.
reason I am inquiring if there's anything anybody would like to interact with is more like, okay, are we having any ridiculous anime moments where we try and recruit anybody onto the crew? If not, we could.
We got Doom Guy. I'm happy.
We got not fucking Doom Guy. Yes.
To which Maggie and Tommy produced a fucking shotgun for him.
That I made electrical.
We're good.
Sorry, it just amused me because we literally shared the Doom meme in the chat about what Doom Guy. Oh dear. Jokes on jokes. Alright.
Speaking of which, we need to repair his armor after the fucking fight he had.
That'll be fine. So, with that, if no one has anything in particular they wish to do, we can just, end of episode anime freeze frame of, waving as the boat sails off. There's the kooky old man from the first time we arrived who's going, pulling a stupid face as, I don't know, Merc is like, oh god, no.
As the camera zooms out, there's just the pieces of the train sitting somewhere on the rails.
Yeah, there's an abandoned train. A fairly juxtaposing, like, easy listening Japanese pop song starts playing. That feels
Where
like
the fuck is this music coming from?
A lot of pistols shoot off camera.
the
Music stops.
And we start
No
sailing.
more.
And we're sailing. We're just listening for the beat. It goes beat, we go that way. That's basically it.
Wait, hold on, I got beeps.
Got them beeps.
If we
The sound I like to imagine it makes it goes bidip. That sounds like a typical sonar too. That's cool.
Yeah, so it's that. For however long, really. I assume if anybody wanted to try and sleep, ain't happening. It's just gonna.
I don't think it's that loud.
Oh no, this snail's loud. The snail doesn't need to be that loud, but the snail chooses to be because it's clearly an asshole.
So it's wait, what's its name? Is it Zelda?
Yes, the snail is Zelda.
Oh wow.
And the snail is very particular, and it has decided the only room it is comfortable in is Jimmy's, and so it attached itself to the ceiling in Jimmy's room, while Jimmy needs to sleep and rest, and just
Why have you done this?
every 30 seconds, just this.
I hope you're happy with yourselves.
You know what? You know what? It may be in Jimmy's room, but it's not attached to Jimmy himself. We throw Jimmy in another room just so he could sleep.
Just put him in the fucking infirmary.
The snail has imprinted on Jimmy. It follows Jimmy
Oh
everywhere.
god damn it!
Poor James. I mean, I can always just give you more sweet berry syrup or serum.
Just keep his ass knocked out.
Force him asleep.
Okay. In my defense, when we first started this game, James approached me and said, I want to make the most useless fucking character.
I did.
Bully him. Bully him.
And yeah, here we are.
Like, alright, yeah, I'm gonna bully you.
And then he's turning into a badass.
I mean, he's
So
a
now
fucking
you gotta put him in
devil fruit
check.
user.
Now,
No.
now
Everyone here has played a devil fruit user, and they are fucking powerful.
except you.
Except
Yes, because once I hit level 10, then I will get devil fruit-like abilities that are useful in water, which is currently our worst enemy. Because I'm the only fucking person who can go in the water.
For now.
Zor can't swim, and everybody else is a devil fruit user.
Wait, who says Zor can't swim?
The 3 times that you've tried to swim and failed.
I
Right.
forget that's a thing.
Literally, episode 1, you rolled like a 2 on your swim.
I think the other times you kept
Right.
rolling bad as well. I love how rolls sometimes dictate canon. Just like, you guys all just can't fucking swim. As you,
I'm spinning because I heard like a slam. I can just imagine this Jimmy just fuck.
so,
What happens if I spray the snail? Will the snail die? Can I kill the snail?
Don't kill the snail. We
Don't
need that.
melt him with your
We
acid.
need that.
Okay.
Jimmy.
So, Jimmy, when you go to try and hurt the snail, it looks at you, and it looks at you with, like, the most sweet, sincere, loving look, like, don't hurt me, daddy.
No. Better yet, instead
Wow.
of instead of the wonderful puppy dog eyes, it gives the fucking same look that Chad Broski or whatever the fuck his name was from high school, the jock that bullied Jimmy in school.
Oh yeah.
The one we kicked his ass of back at the
Hot jock.
military.
Hot
Wasn't
dog.
it hot jock?
And it's such a good impression, and it's on a snail. It's actually intimidating to where Jimmy stops trying to spray it. And then it goes,
Never mind. Yeah, lets out one final loud, and then it dies.
just like,
Starts
Angry.
beatboxing.
No,
You really
honestly,
like the toy, don't you, Nick?
I do. I love this fucking thing.
I can
Like,
honestly imagine, like, as it gets closer, it beeps faster, and as it starts beeping faster, we finally at one point hear Jimmy just go, "That's it!" Dunk, 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 as we just hear it bouncing off the
like,
walls.
What was it? Was this one? It's just like, it's very loud and very constant.
And then just, we
And
just
then,
hear,
and then we just hear something of it like being thrown against the wall.
Yeah, so
and then hear quiet just. What the hell?
so after it,
This is a piece of plastic.
this might take, I don't know, 12 hours or so of solid sailing. And yes, all-
Wait, there, I don't know if it would take that long, because there is the perks of Waves sailing shit that I have as navigator.
And
Okay.
our ship is like awesomely upgraded, isn't it, or something like that? I don't remember what other ship has.
Yeah, because I have.
We have an engine with paddle. We have paddle wheels. I forget we have frickin' paddle wheels. We like drew our ship somewhere, didn't we?
I think,
Probably terrible, but
I don't know, maybe somewhere.
I just remember it looks like a seagull, but it also looks like one of those Chinese ships with the forward sails. And then also it has paddle wheels
Junk.
that look like fucking duck feet or seagull feet.
Did we?
That we designed this. I know we had this whole talk about it, and it was wonderful. And then you and Rin, and I'm pretty sure
Yeah, I think
James.
someone was going to try and actually design it, but I think that's the actual.
Oh, hey, there it is.
God, I just zoomed in and it just says end my suffering.
I think it's gorgeous. Probably because I drew it. That looks like something I would draw.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, because I have weather patterns which lets me kind of like detect storms and shit in the Grand Line. I don't think I have anything that boosts my sailing at the moment.
Mala! What the hell?
Oh, what is this? Alright, so we go, we're sailing, we're heading, we go bing, 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 bing. At whatever moment, Jimmy finally loses all of his shit. I believe that'd be the moment when, it becomes very apparent that there is a giant mechanical crab. But...
You hear the screaming Jimmy?
Ah!
Yeah, it's just.
And I like to imagine that
Okay, I could tell you screamed there because I heard ever so slight bits, but your mic did not catch it.
What the what's going off my mic?
Something about you screaming, it doesn't like.
I get like I just like to imagine there's some like the shells.
Stop! No!
I like to
Ah!
imagine that the snail has like a rubber shell, so when he throws it, it just starts bouncing.
See, I really, really like the idea. When Jimmy finally loses every last bit of calm and just like screams at the snail, it just lets out one tiny little beat and then goes into its shell and shuts up.
That's when it gets smacked around and just bounces around like one of those freaking rogue bouncy balls when you were a kid that you throw around your room and lose within like a day.
Yeah, the snow is just bouncing around and I'm just screaming, shut up!
I think that would be the moment in which, it becomes very apparent. Probably, I like the idea of just like the front of a seagull, like bumping into the giant mechanical crab leg. Just.
Yeah, but upon hearing all the
Is that our
Upon
dinghy? Is
all
that the one that was taken back when we were at Usopp's island?
Yes, it was.
Wait, would they not have maybe the ship that we sent out went a different direction?
For ease, I am saying yes. That is basically what happened.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but I'm imagining also just real quick as the noise is going on, Wave just peers into Jimmy's room, just like, is everything okay? Snail almost hits him in the face. Oh shit!
Yeah.
Love the idea. Snow flies past, hits the wall behind, and comes back and slaps Jimmy. Jimmy's having one of those moments, like when you see it all the time, like a child or a person, whoever it is, gets really frustrated, at like a ball, and they throw the ball as hard as they can, and it bounces back and slaps in the face.
I'm just gonna ask, you okay, buddy?
I go over, pick up the snail, take a deep breath, and then go, yeah, I've decided. And I walk over, open up one of my jars of my acid, and I slowly start to dump it in there.
Oh wow, we're just committing animal murder.
Snail side. Snail murder.
Wave, are you going to stop Jimmy? Because Jimmy just woke up and wants to kill this annoying snail.
Wait. I'm gonna grab it. I'm like, hold on. And I just shrink it down and put it in my bag.
Wait, you shrinking it?
Yeah.
You don't want to kill a Den Mushi. Those things.
I shrink it down and put
kill
it in a
acid.
jar, in a soundproof jar in my bag.
Because we all carry soundproof jars, just in case.
Well, this one's just made of really thick glass.
So,
You know,
alright,
I didn't hear that.
I can hear that. Snail is taken care of. That's there. We can pull it back out if we ever need it. It's fine.
We're never going to need it. That snail is going to die in that jar.
So,
There's air holes.
Yeah.
boat.
But you have a bag of holding, essentially, right? Or is it just a normal bag?
Bag of holding.
Inside a bag of holding is a vacuum.
Oh. Oh well.
It's a
The
dead
snail
snail.
would be safer without air holes than if it did.
We,
It would
we-
survive for a little bit.
we got
Let's
one
go.
long,
In.
You get one long straw, and just so there's one straw sticking out of the bag.
Well, it's being left in. It's being left in the helm. Like I put it in the jar just to keep Jimmy from vatting it, and then I'm gonna leave it at the helm.
Let me
I like
deep
to
fry
imagine
the fuck off.
that. I like to imagine this is basically like the end scene of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and the snail is just screaming, "Not the dip!" You've seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit, right?
Oh my
God. I have not.
So
How
the-
have you not?
So dip is basically the fucking thing that kills cartoons. It just melts them like the Wicked Witch of the West
Okay.
in a bucket of water.
Oh.
All right, so this snail is in a jar, being stored in the helm. We can't hear it because the glass is so thick.
And it's in a vacuum.
It's fine. The snail, it's unimportant. Nothing will ever have to do with that snail ever again. It's resolved.
Oh no, it's gonna be used for fishing bait later.
You are at the leg of the giant mechanical crab. There is a dinghy. How
Real
do you
quick,
wish to
I'm sorry.
try and climb up this giant mechanical crab leg? Yes,
I'm
assume you are
sorry,
fully
buddy.
healed.
This is the last thing of the snail.
Uh-huh.
Seeing how Jimmy is supposed to be a joke character, if I'm ever supposed to be sneaky and you just want to screw with us, you could just make the snail go off on my back.
Oh, don't worry.
And I'll just go, what? When did you get there? What?
So,
Meanwhile, Wave just looks at his bag. Oh, oops, I left it open.
so the thing is, I now low-key, I have big plans for a snail. Just ignore it for now. Things will occur.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Well, I
Um,
made a giant mechanical crab leg.
Question: is the beak of of the ship made of metal?
Yes.
What? Why?
Heck it into the leg so that the boat actually stays near it.
So just take the boat and oops,
And go.
I fucked something.
Why don't we pick it up and move it somewhere else?
You know, the crab leg has a dock.
No, it's just in the crab leg now.
That's fine. This does the job. Ah, jeez Louise. Okay, so Merc, Wave, and Jimmy. You know what? Once again, for ease, NPC crewmates. So, Doom Guy, Frankie, and Smithy. That they'll just come up out here. Got it.
Hey, you forgot about Grandma.
Gam gam.
And Gam Gam. Gam Gam. He's cooking food.
I
If
just
anyone-
realized we picked somebody up in every arc.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
you know, just like real One Piece.
I mean, One Piece takes a real long fucking break from that after like a certain point. You go, yeah, we don't recruit anyone for like 200. Okay, when? Okay, not.
Then they pick up Rook.
I'm just trying to think now off the top of my head. So what? Alabasta. Yeah, so it was like a 200 chapter arc, like 200 chapters without picking anybody up. There was like 3 arcs, and then there was how many arcs between
Brooke and Frankie.
how many arcs between Brooke and fucking Jinbei?
A lot.
Well, this is the thing. At what point do you consider Jinbei being recruited?
I consider Whole Cake Island.
Well, here's the thing, is they get a pass on that, considering that technically they have a strong crew of over 1,000 people because the god Usopp freed everyone. It's just Luffy won't make them true members
Let's see.
yet.
Episode 1, Luffy. Episode 3, Zoro. Episode 17,
Nami.
Usopp.
Oh, Usopp was for Nami?
Technically, Nami's temporary until the feat of Arlong.
Yeah, she's like just kind of she's with the crew but not on the crew. It's
Sanji is episode 30. Then Nami's episode 44. Chopper is episode 91.
Frankie, I believe was the next
Robin
one.
is
Robin?
episode
Oh, yeah.
129.
Because they have
Frankie,
to defeat the entirety of Crocodile's crew in Alabasta before they even can talk to Robin.
yeah, it says he meet her in episode 67, joins around 129, leaves in 263, comes back to be permanent in 310. Frankie debuts in 233, joins the crew in 322 after Robin forces him to by grabbing his nuts.
As one does.
Brooke debuts in 337 and joins the crew in 381, and then Jinbei debuted in 430.
I actually don't
and
know who that one is.
Permanently joins the crew in episode 833 after this possible spoilers.
So,
But yeah,
I actually
officially joins the
don't know who
crew.
him
Permanently
is.
joins the crew in episode 833.
so it's like a good, like,
Who Jinbei is.
Oh, him!
He's a fish man.
alrighty.
I remember him.
He's what I imagine Merc's ally. I forget his fucking name. The warlord.
Noichak. No, Noichak.
No, not Noichak. He's Redfin Yazora.
That's his name.
Radical, Captain of the Sun Pirates, radical fishman, libertarian.
Alright, anyway, right, we need to figure out how we're gonna get up.
Fucking crab leg.
Actually, I know how I'm gonna get up. I
What's wrong with my crab leg?
I pull a little bit of the carbon down, create like climbing hooks on my hands, and just start climbing up.
What's wrong with my crab leg, Bardic?
Absolutely nothing.
Damn right.
It looks like a bent flute.
You're a bent flute.
Am I wrong?
You are not incorrect. Okay. So, is there any conversation, any conversing, anything before Blade's just like, alright, guess I'm climbing. Well,
Yeah, I make boots and climbing boots and claws. I just start climbing my way up.
Jimmy, Merc, how are you ascending the crab leg?
I chase Jimmy, going. Just go up. Go up the damn leg.
What I'm going to do is to fit with everyone's obsession with the snail. Is I'm going to turn into a skunk and hop on to Wave's back. And from Wave's bag, that tiny sound, now with my skunk ears, I hear it.
Wait, I said I left it on the helm. He's not in my bag anymore.
Okay.
I put him in the bag and I put him on the helm.
Bardic,
Yeah, I took the snail and I just was following him while it's dinging. Just go up the crab leg.
Oh, okay.
I think at this point, Jimmy just perpetually hears the ding. It just
Wonderful.
never stops.
I'm surprised you're doing it that way and not just burrowing through the leg and slowly working your way up.
I'm just
Why
gonna
would
be
I do
lazy.
that?
I'm gonna take my bubbly coral, put myself in a bubble and just float along, because people can just control bubbly coral.
In water, it's easier to make it go up and down. Outside the water, not so much. In certain climates, so for example, around Sabo the Archipelago, you can do that because there is a very frothy. Rim, what's the exact wording Oda uses to explain why the atmosphere around Sabaody allows the bubbles to just like exist?
Oh, there's a tree, that is like, I think it's the tree Eve. It gives off this specific sap that seeps into the air, and it changes the air quality so that the bubbles don't pop. And that's why they work in Fishman Island, because the tree Eve also goes down, all the way down to Fishman Island. The only other place you can use bubble coral is Mary Joa, the place where the celestial dragons live, and no one knows why that works. Oh wait, no, never mind.
Magic.
No, Sabaody is like
At the base of Marijwa.
is at the base. So yeah, I guess the tree just goes all the way up there too.
Okay. Well, never mind then. I was gonna be lazy, but I guess I'll just climb because Merc is 6 arms.
If you
so it's
want,
kinda hard to not climb.
I can make you a set of carbon claws to help grip
I'll be
better.
right back.
Oh no.
Fuck
Don't
you.
you have like 6 arms and suction cups?
Yeah, I don't need fucking claws. I have 6 arms and suction cups. I don't.
Oh yeah, I guess
You-
I had to roll a climb check myself, or I fall on my face.
I mean,
You don't need to.
To make things easier, we can just take 20. Taking 20 is always the option.
To which I guess I got a 31. I rolled and I got a 19 on the die. So
Yeah, I'll take a 20.
let me guess, you rolled a 2.
No, it's not favored, so I
Ah.
already know I'm gonna be rolling shitty.
So, it's
Anything that's not favored is terrible.
I was about to say it's a surprisingly long climb, but I don't think anyone's surprised at how long this takes. Like, it goes on a while. Like, climbing for what feels to be almost never. And eventually, as you reach some kind of plateau, one of the first things you would start to notice is the air quality drastically changes. It clearly becomes worse. You even like ascend through what feels like going through clouds, but it's just the smog. Until you pull yourself up and you find yourself on finger quotes solid finger quotes ground, because it's neither solid nor is it ground.
Vegetable sky?
You find yourself like just stood on sheets and sheets and sheets of corrugated iron that had been used to create a floor. And what you would see is So, Data. At what
Yes.
point in the time loop is everybody else arriving, do we think?
I don't know. I feel like at this point it's been probably almost 100 loops. And since it's the same data, he's just like, he is battered. He is like a lot
I
more
think
rough.
what would be great would be if maybe after all of this, they meet Data when Data's taking an off. Like an off day.
Oh yeah, Data's taking a break. Like, all right, got the people on the ship. The time loop's not going anywhere.
Just kicking back, going, all right.
He has like a little a bunker set up that he built from some of the materials.
Oh my god.
Every now and again, he has like some of the clothes from some of the soldiers as a warning sign to stay the fuck away.
I think that's fucking hilarious. Data's essentially made like a very small camp. There's food, there's plants.
Yeah.
So I love the idea you get up there and you just see like Data like in like a small chair that he's made or something. Just going.
He's in a hammock, laid out.
Or actually, well, I mean, he is a Typhoon Logia. He doesn't need a chair or a hammock. He can just lean back and become part Cyclone and keep himself floating like he's in a
Right, but
hammock.
that's effort.
Yeah, maybe he could do that normally and he'd be fine. But after fighting constantly through 100 timelines, probably not. He
Look, man, I didn't know there was 100 fucking timelines.
In fact,
Why?
He's probably
I'm
having
all-
difficulty. He's probably been like in Logia form, having to like be intangible for so long that he's probably actually having a hard time sitting in his chair. Like he'll occasionally, if he doesn't focus, he'll just like fall through it.
So he's gonna be subconsciously intangible forever.
And
He's
that's
just
my
incorrect.
explanation for him taking Logia form upgrade.
Make him less tired.
No,
Also-
he stayed intangible for so long that it's kind of like an innate thing now. He doesn't have to
Kind
think
of
as
the
much
whole
about
thing of
being
Goku
intangible.
staying in Super Saiyan for so long, even in his sleep, that he could just
Really
did it
turn
at
it
will.
off.
Yeah.
See, I also think there's some really good explanation to justify how Chum and Data got a level up as well.
Don't
Just
bark
doing this.
indirectly at my friends.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
We didn't hear her bark at all.
No.
You didn't hear her bark?
Nope.
Nope.
That's so weird. It was right in my mic.
Frequencies.
All right, yeah. So you all just see Data.
How did this go down? You
Oh, thank God!
Like, wow, that was easy.
Not even just that. I think when they show up,
Oh God!
I
Don't
think
attack Wave on it.
I was like, if he sees Wave and he doesn't know him, he's just gonna fire an anvil at him immediately.
Wait! I have Jimmy with me because he decided to latch on my back when I climbed. So you'll
Wow.
see him at least.
So
with
you
me.
took my crew as a hostage as well?
No,
Anvil.
because you'd be hearing fucking the massive fish man climbing behind this little human.
Yeah. Guess what? There's more fishmen in the world other than.
No, there's not.
Other
Not
than
around
her?
here.
Okay, fine. You know the charge of my back. So wait.
I have to do it.
Why?
hold on,
Why
hold on,
is
hold on.
Wave going first?
Guys, dude, I don't know who you are. Please don't hurt me.
Hold on. Dakota, roll persuasion. Let's do it this way. Let's do it by the book. Let's roll persuasion.
God. I'm gonna be so fucked.
Oh, fuck.
Diplomacy is not favored.
Or you know what? How about this? Let's roll initiative.
Oh
Okay.
God. Doesn't Data's initiative like crazy?
Yo.
Maybe.
Let's do the thing that favored me.
You probably would get a disadvantage in some fashion though, because you're freaking exhausted.
Yeah, I am exhausted, so I'm gonna not use my bonuses.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Looks like you're getting smacked.
You're with me, so you are too.
Oh, I'm hopping off. Fuck this.
Oh, hey, Data's here. Oh, hey, he's trying to hit
Anvil!
Wave.
See, I just
Why?
love.
Merc, do something!
He's just
Shout
gonna-
at him!
He hops up and he just stares Wave down like, put him down.
Fair, dude. Fair. He can hop off whenever. He just needed to ride up the crab leg.
This is true.
So he comes
I
over and
hop
walks
down.
over to Wave. So then he would probably look down over the side and see Merc is there.
Oh, in that case, it would be like he was gonna charge for a Shigan, but when as soon as Jimmy says that's true, he's gonna stop just short.
God!
Love this, like, it's murderous intent in Data's eyes, you know, massive bags formed on him, like,
He's exhausted. And...
I'm gonna say like Data has like some stubble.
I'm just gonna look at him and be like, if
His
you're
hair's-
part of, if you're part of their crew, nice to meet you. I'm your new navigator.
Yeah.
I'm gonna transform back into my human form.
Good thing Doom Guy
Captain,
didn't
you
pop
got
up
some
first.
explaining to do.
I have
With
explaining
what?
to do. Who is this one?
I have explaining to do with who? What's going on?
Are you referring to me?
Yes, you.
I'm Wave. Recently joined. I'm your new
Oh,
navigator.
yeah?
He's
That's
our new
really
nav.
convenient. He's gonna stare him directly in the eye, like really close, to see if they have that same glaze as the other people.
mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna tell you now, we're after freaking the same guy, all right?
Yeah.
I'm after the same guy they are. I'm after freaking Neuchak myself.
Really convenient that you would show up right now.
He showed up like 3 days ago.
I'm with these guys. They found me.
I'm just waiting for them to like get back away from the edge so I can actually climb up. Because I like to imagine he got up, he climbed. Yeah, like Wave climbed up and he's on the edge because he got anviled and now he's just like hanging there as Data is like.
No, I didn't get anvil. He
questioning
stopped
him?
it short.
Oh no, you did get anvil.
You did
Oh,
get
fuck.
anviled. You didn't
You
get
just
Shigan.
didn't get Shigan. You were also going to get Shigan.
But so then like I can't climb up because Wave is standing on the edge of the
He's
damn
in my
thing.
face. I can't exactly walk forward.
Take a step.
All right, he's gonna tell me something that only you all would know.
think only
And
they
if you
would know.
answer wrong, I'm knocking you off of this leg.
What?
Make it quick, I don't have time.
Tell him something that only somebody on our crew would know.
Easy. The 3 members that they went to. The fuck was that island's name?
Dakota, Wave just goes, ah! I'm not helping you.
Yeah, Wave's not
ticking.
even met Data. I just love the idea, like, oh, easy. I don't know anything.
The island. The. I'm not the fucking door. He fucking kidnapped my damn crew.
Yeah, that's not the problem.
Look. I just came in on a ship that looks like a fucking seagull. Okay?
Hmm.
Don't know what's going on entirely. I'm on a giant crab. I had a skunk riding on my back. I met a dude with 6 arms. They do humans.
You know he's not incorrect.
Oh, you know, you could tell about Chum's grandma, how terrifying she is.
Oh, Gam Gam? Like, I just imagine he says that, like, he hears Merc mention
Oh.
some of that, and he just goes, oh, you mean Gam Gam? She was nice to me.
I take it. Wait, why was she nice to you?
I stayed out of her kitchen.
He's not nice to anyone.
That checks out.
See,
I was
Fine.
new to this ship, so I didn't go exploring. I just went down, got some food, and she just goes here.
All right,
She was very sweet.
get
She
up
didn't-
here. I was about to start my next expedition again anyway.
Thank you.
Expedition.
Suckers are getting tired, and I would climb over the edge myself.
Wave was just internally screaming still, just...
You'll be fine.
so,
And
I was gonna say, obviously this isn't what happened, but I think it would have been fucking hilarious if it had have happened. You know, Data puts out his ultimatum, prove that you're the crew. At that point, what Jimmy should have done is Jimmy should have gone, alright, so, in this last fight, I was fighting a girl made of literal goo. And just read off the Goo Girl fight, and Data goes, yeah, that's some knowledge, Jimmy.
With the whole,
But that wouldn't prove Wave in a
That
sense
would have
at
cleared
all.
me!
yeah,
He's not questioning
Oh,
who
yeah.
I am.
Data still doesn't trust Wave, but he's also way too tired right now.
Merc just looks
However-
at Data. You look like shit.
With this distraction, I think Data would realize he's going to miss the end of the loop.
Oh shit, that's right.
No idea
Fuck.
how the fuck this loop shit
Data
works. I don't know
goes
what you
into
want from me.
category 2 and he fucking guns it.
Should we follow him?
He's like, stay here, I'll be right back. And then as Data runs in, Data runs out.
I'm so lost.
Yeah, there's just like a weird.
And at this...
There's not even like a defining marker. There's not like ooh wavy air or anything. Like you just see Data running, and instantly, Data disappears, and a different Data, who looks identical, and you.
No, this one looks more tired, actually.
There we go.
I'm just gonna say this, at seeing that, Wave is immediately gonna be like, there's 2 of them?
Well, this is the thing. You never see 2. But like one steps past a certain line, disappears from existence, and a different one steps back. Like the 2 do not exist at the same time. They just.
I was gonna say, Data would have actually marked the line.
Okay. I like that. There's like one little mark on the ground, and that's it.
Okay, I got 2 questions for you. One, do you need anything like medicine, caffeine, tea?
He rubs his forehead, coughs up a little bit of blood.
Oh god.
Why did you say it like that, though? Do you need medicine? A little bit of, herbs? Tea?
We need to get Chum out of his loop.
Loop. What?
Who's Chum?
We'll worry about that in a moment.
This place
The
is.
small demigod that we have.
There was this. There were tons of people turning in weird, I don't know, puppets or something here. We managed to save them. I commandeered a ship. There was a marine amongst them, so I had him sail them to safety. But Chum couldn't save everyone immediately in time. Didn't exactly take it too well. He did something and suddenly there were 2 Chums, but then he kept doing it more and more. And next thing I know, I'm running through the same thing. He dies, he disappears, he dies, he disappears. And every single time, it happens right before I get to him. I think it's because of the loop. I tried to get to him when he started it, so I don't think I'm allowed, like, whatever he's doing, it's set. I have to run in at an exact moment. Otherwise, I'll get kicked out of the loop, and I don't think I'll be able to get back in if I miss it.
But you're getting nowhere. You're just getting tired.
Well, if I stop, I think something sets and he might die. I can't take the risk.
Really come a long way for caring about a pirate.
Yeah, well, Chum's different.
So what are our options then? Continue to do it until you fall over dead from exhaustion, or stop doing it and risk what can happen? Which we have no idea because time!
I get about a day of break, so...
A day of break?
Yeah,
What?
one day break, then back into the loops.
How the fuck do you get a break?
It's complicated.
If it's a loop, how the hell do you get a break?
Well, there's only one me. I wasn't fully in the loop when he made it. And because of that, I can't break the loop, but I'm not necessarily copied by it either.
And what about the rest of us? Is there a way we can get into it?
I have no idea what'll happen if you try to go in there. Best case scenario, your presence disrupts everything, and that means that you have a little bit more agency.
Worst case scenario, we get stuck in a time loop that's not really a loop for us, and we
I
just
don't think we
age
will.
rapidly.
Well, to put things into perspective, I was only caught when I tried to save Chum. I could save other people because I wasn't trying to do that when the loop started. It was a different action. Since you weren't here at all, theoretically speaking anyway, that should mean that...
We try to interact with Chum and may break it.
That's what I'm thinking.
Right. Who wants to rescue Chum and risk whatever the fuck time does to people? I don't deal with time, saying that right now. I deal with space. Space is my place. Don't fuck with time.
The space between my fists and people's faces and decreasing that space.
But
Alright,
That's a good one.
I say you have about a day. You have to get in there and get this done before I'm supposed to go back in the loop. If you don't get out before then, I
become
don't
part of
know
the loop.
what happens to you, actually.
We'll most likely become part of the loop because we'll
Well-
reset it with us inside it, and so thus we become part of the whole scenario.
Or you'll just get kicked out. Or you'll cease to exist.
Yeah, or since you weren't part of the initial loop, when the loop resets, you're inside of it. Well, you don't get reset.
Might just
'cause
get
you weren't there,
erased.
so you just don't exist anymore.
There's a lot of possible outcomes that could happen.
So, needless to say, you
Be
better
careful.
hurry.
You
Where's
gotta
he at
disrupt the
now?
loop somehow.
I'm assuming you appearing like you did just there meant the loop
Oh.
reset itself.
Yes, there should be another me in there.
But you can't go in.
No, it's not time.
So change
So-
time. Go
That's
in
not how it
now.
works.
Find
If
the
I-
other you.
If I go in now, that could throw everything off.
Which
If-
will disrupt it. Thus the
Or
loop will
it'll
stop.
it'll set everything that happened originally in stone. meaning that Chum dies.
That's true. Him exiting like he is, and only one of him existing in it means he's obviously not copied into it. So if there's not multiple versions of him in there, putting multiple versions in there could break something in not a good way.
Why are we talking about like this is just a normal commonplace thing? Oh yes, the time loop and multiple instances of ourselves. Yes, this is totally normal. What the hell? Fucking Chum, why do you break everything?
Bro,
I love to imagine this is 100% talking. They're like,
It's in character. Why are we talking about this like this is normal?
Well, how
Look,
about a little less talking, a little more doing?
Look, Data's intelligence is 9, but he's done this 100 times. So
He's fairly familiar with it.
Wait, Data has below average intelligence?
Yeah, what the fuck?
yeah, no, Data's not smart. He is very set
I
in
remember
stone.
something. I remember something. Intelligence in this game is not what we think it means. Intelligence is the capability for learning. Wisdom is actually knowing things.
Yeah.
Okay.
it's very fiddly. So
Chum has neither.
Chum has neither. You're what, a 6 in both?
Alright.
all right.
Something
So
like that.
so with all of this information, what the hell is the plan?
They need to get in, and they have a day.
Where's Chum at now? In this time loop, where would he be at right now?
Which means that they technically have 20 minutes. Because one day out here is 20 minutes in there.
Pretty much. As for where Chum is exactly in the loop, I don't. You know,
He's
okay,
probably pretty early in it so
yeah,
far.
you can assume it's fairly early, but being able to pinpoint specifically exactly where, unless Data has like some ludicrous conversion and has been keeping track of exactly when he left the loop, he could make a reasonable guess at best.
Actually, he could easily tell us where the
it's
bunker is that they're bringing everyone from. Because if we go there first, we would be there before Chum.
But you can see the bunker. Everything is still visible. You can see where the large windowless building is. You can see the barracks. Like you can still see everything. It's just when you cross this line, everything
so
there's gonna be a whole bunch more people.
So if we go there before Chum even makes it to it, starts freeing everybody, wouldn't that break the loop?
theoretically. But Data does have like a line. He would be able to chart it out because a day transferring to 20 minutes, that means he has time to explain stuff. So I like to imagine that he just like carved into a wall like times.
Mm-hmm.
And when stuff happened.
I very much like that.
Space,
For all the
basic
different stuff that he tried.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was like, all right, this didn't work, but I was able to save these two. This didn't work, but I was able to
What?
save these two.
And so Chum has been doing the same thing because he knows he's looping, and so like he knows, there's a ship here. Do this, do this, do this. He knows that you try these different things, but he can never save everybody. He can never do it.
Best bet I'd say for us to do, have someone go throughout the time on looking for Chum themselves while the others start freeing everybody, and if we can get most of them free before Chum gets there, maybe we can break him out of the loop.
What does Jimmy have to say about everything?
Yeah, you're the scientist.
Jimmy's just out here going like, I fucking hate
Being
time.
smart is probably a bad thing in this situation.
Everything
Being able to
everyone has says is entirely followed by this is good, but it could turn out to be bad, or this is the worst possible situation, unless it turns out to be good. Time sucks.
Please tell me that's like the last thing Jimmy said. Like, time fucking sucks. And then just walks into the bowl and fuck this.
Yeah, fuck it.
But, yeah, seriously, 20 minutes or you might cease to exist. So.
Alright, crew. Into the
Alright.
bowl?
Oh, wait.
What's your
You're
name
muted,
again?
Nick.
I don't think I exactly found out
I
your name
muted.
before you tried to kill
God damn
me.
it. I was just saying, I would love if that was the last episode, or the last line of the episode, is just Jimmy saying, "Time fucking sucks," and then walks into the bubble, and that's the end of episode.
Yeah, well, he's gonna look at Dan and be like, "I never got your name."
Ask me on the inside.
Fuck?
Okay.
What?
All right then. Guide me to the warehouse. Let's start getting these people out.
He points towards the line. You step past that line. You'll go in that bubble. You'll go in the loop whether you want to or not.
Alright. Let's do this.
What happens if we put a bubble inside of a bubble?
And at this, Wave is going to use the electromagnetic waves to convert the carbon into the carbon skates again, and freaking just use his cannon and blast his way in again.
Alright, so Wave has entered, like that. Are we saying it's canon, but Jimmy said time fucking sucks and just walked in? Like,
Yes.
I'm over it.
Yes, I'm in.
And we don't even know where he's going because he didn't even listen to the rest of the plan. He just said "fuck this shit" and walked in.
Yeah, pretty much. Alright, so Merc, you're the last person. How are you entering the time bubble?
If I see him as I come in,
Do I
I'm just gonna
have
grab
to?
him and
That's
take
my
him with me.
question. Do I have to enter? That's my question.
You don't have to.
You know, you don't have to, but do you trust Jimmy
Really-
and Wave to figure this shit out?
Are the smart
Look.
ones?
Well, Data's there
No.
too.
Look, I personally hate messing with time because it makes things really screwy, and I know that's going to transfer onto Merc, and I don't want this to be a problem.
I mean, to be fair, I 100% agree with you. Time is one of those things I personally tend to like try and avoid as much as possible. But I think that's kind of the whole point of this little bit is to go, and this is why we don't let Chum play with time.
Please don't make another loop.
Alright, best way to describe this, since I've been entering probably not too long after Jimmy, I'm gonna guess, are you just standing on the other side not knowing what to do now after you enter the bubble, James?
I mean, I think
Did I see where Chum was in the loop?
we'll cover that when we find out if everyone is entering, and then
All right.
show
Yeah,
how
fuck
it's
it. You know,
Oh, are you going in?
Merc just like head in hands walks through the doorway. Here we go.
All right,
Just imagine all five are just on your head, just, oh my god, why am I doing this?
Shogun.
One's in the pocket, and the other 5 are on my head.
Shogun, please
yeah.
explain what everybody will be seeing. What is occurring?
So Chum would be probably right at the moment where he's pulling the puppet out of the first Marine.
Mhm.
We're right at the beginning of the 20-minute loop.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty darn close.
So you'll be seeing Johnny have this weird puppet-esque figure pulled out of him as he falls to the floor, and you will see. So Jimmy, you entered first, followed by Wave, who's just gonna like zoom in on skates, and Merc, who comes in and fuck me. What are we doing?
Which, even though we had, I want to say, like, at least a few seconds between us, but because it's 20 minutes to a day, it's probably one right after the other.
Yeah, give or take.
And so
I'm gonna look
Chum
at both
actually
of
is
them
using
and
two hands. He immediately bends, pulls the puppet out, and then bends and pulls in motion to just skip the whole
Yeah.
comforting the guy. He's just past that now. Just skips it, tells the guy to go,
Okay. Yeah.
and just immediately goes to free.
I'm gonna look at both Merc and Jimmy and ask, is that him?
That's Chum.
What is he doing?
I don't know, but he looks a lot less happy-go-lucky than he did 3 days ago.
Oh.
Let's see what happens. Jimmy starts walking towards Chum.
You approach Chum. Chum is very, I would say, Chum looks
Focused.
like a man possessed on a serious mission. Just the regular happy Chum, just what does this button do type mentality. I would say that's probably not that. I mean, obviously, Shogun, tell me to stop
Yeah.
piloting your
Yeah.
character, but
No, that's it.
I
What
kind of like to
happened
imagine
to
this
this
has become
guy?
like, ironically enough,
Anti-chum.
well, this has become very efficient, very much like a perfected factory line. Just not thinking, just doing.
Oh. No, that's not exactly what he does.
Okay.
He takes the puppet out of Johnny and then begins to bend it, twisting it, doing things, and then turns it around and fits it in himself.
Sorry, what?
Idea, but it seems like he just made a balloon animal and ate it.
Okay.
You know, some of this stuff would have been nice to mention before we walked in here.
Look, I don't fucking know.
So, Shogun. Obviously, you mentioned Chum is aware that he's bubbled, that he's looped, that he's trying to... Is this the first time that Chum has done this?
Yes.
Okay.
This is the last ditch effort. He knows that these puppets can make people perfect, do things perfectly. And
no.
so he needs to be able to execute all these actions flawlessly. He thinks he has a plan where he can save everyone.
Is he
just
doing a
needs to be able to
Majora's Mask speedrun?
Execute it perfectly. Sort of, yeah. And so he takes the puppet, he bends it, twists it, changes it, and then puts it on.
So what the crew will see is there'll just be this very brief moment of this strange, ethereal puppet-like thing just kind of clatter itself over Chum. You see Chum's body go limp, and then like slowly like jerk up into place. So like one arm, then the other, just kind of. So, has anyone seen like really serious, hardcore, like professional puppeteering?
Yes.
A very common thing that occurs is there'll be a purposeful juxtaposition between very clearly making something look like a puppet and then altering and making things move seamlessly. That is exactly what is happening here. Like I assume everyone has seen Team America, right?
America. Fuck yeah.
You know how they have that like ongoing joke where they then just make the puppets do a really awkward walk off? Like,
Yes.
That's basically what a lot of puppeteering is. They purposefully make things look janky and puppet-like, in a contrast to when they go, and here it is seamlessly. So, what I envision is there's this weird, slow, janky puppet-like movement for a moment where Chum's limbs will kind of move, clearly as if something is moving them. So it's not like Chum is controlling like a string and it moves. You can't see a physical string, but it is. And then, Chum,
Bardic pretending to be a puppet.
can you please make a will save?
Oh no.
Is that an oof?
That is not fun. Chum, you feel, and not so much even just feel, you like hear a whisper, and you can feel it. You just get this sensation, and the two words come into your mind. And this voice goes, "You're me." As Chum will turn and look at the crew and draw his weapon.
I thought you said he was on our side.
Data will stop. Like, wait, this isn't right.
Mark, I thought you said he was on our side.
Well, he's been looping.
And then he
Lord
he
knows what the
turns,
hell that does to people.
And he notices the others. Like, wait, what?
Wait, is this data not aware of the loop?
This version of data does not know the loop. No.
You from out of loop talk to us to go into the loop while you're still here. Cool?
No.
Cool.
So this data is before he told you about the loop. So this
Yes.
is before. So data ran in because he didn't have time to think about it. He didn't know that you guys would come into the loop. But then, that's why data said, ask me my name on the inside. Because that data had already told you his name.
Yes.
Basically, because if he introduced himself outside, he'd have to introduce himself on the inside again.
I'm just glad the one that came out didn't want to kill Wave.
He should have. Well, probably he saw that, like, we were all there, instead of just Wave being there.
So, is there anything anybody would like to say as, like, the wrap off the session here? Is,
Yeah. I have something.
yeah, go for it.
I take out a rumble ball and eat it. Cool.
Oh.
This makes my first conclusion a lot easier.
Anyone else?
Something definitely is not right here.
Question, do we see data?
Yeah. I figured, you would see data and maybe...
I'm just gonna look over at him and be like, please don't kill me. I'm here to help. What the fuck do we do?
We need to knock him out. And fast. I don't know how those puppet things work, but I do know that Chum didn't get processed like the others, and he did something weird to the puppet. It might not have a full hold.
I hold up my arm with the cannon on it, like, do you want me to use this? I might be able to knock him out with that, but it might cause
That won't
quite a
work.
bit. Why not?
His power's weird. That cannonball would turn into pretty much a pillow the moment it touches him.
What if I just restrain him?
That's what we're
I
gonna
got other
have to
ideas. Wait,
do. If we restrain him, I can suffocate him, or Jimmy can probably knock him out.
I'm gonna look to Merc and just be like, hand him my sword. Use this.
Oh,
No.
It might actually help.
even safer. Do we have Merc? Do you have any Captain? Rather, do you have any sedatives?
Did you forget my
Do
sword's
I
not
have
actually a true
sedatives?
sword? It's like a threaded cane style sword, so it's more like a whip that you could wrap around
I
him.
always have sedatives. You need him asleep?
I think that's the safest way to stop this.
He pulls out a syringe, or he pulls out a bottle rather, and then he takes one of the fingers on his syringe glove and just draws out some the stuff. 30 cc's.
We'll have to hold him down first. It has to be an exact hit. If it's off by even a millimeter, the needle will turn bendy.
At that point, I just twirl my whip around. One stun coming up.
Alright.
Make it sound so easy, Dakota.
And Chum.
Oh, I never said it was gonna be easy.
Yes.
Outside of all of this is happening out for everything else. We're gonna do some anime bullshit and basically go inside Chum's mind, soul, whatever you want to call it.
Mind Palace.
Mind palace, whatever. Chum, you find yourself just there, and confronting you is a giant wooden puppet. Like, when I say giant, like, Chum is maybe halfway up this thing's ankle. Does Chum have any thoughts or feelings or anything to express here?
This is new.
There is a... It's like a crescendo of an echoed laugh. It is clearly not from a being that is present, but more just an ethereal sensation of someone somewhere is deeply amused at this persistent struggle you have caused yourself, and now finally has the chance to put an end to it. So someone has been watching and just now they've decided, okay, it's time to end it. As the puppet will, its leg will lift, and it'll slowly begin to push down, and it's about to step on. And I think that is where we can end the session. So, thank you, everybody. I have been the Bardic Knot. You can find me on the internet, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook.
This got dark really quick.
Yeah, it did. So that is me. Wonderful players. Thank you for putting up and going through all this. I know it's very fiddly. I think that's why we got so distracted by the bonging snail for so long. Fucking snail, man. Nick.
Oh, we're so good. It distracted us in the real world.
Nick, who are you?
Who am I? I am Strider Winters. I have a dog. She's wonderful. She somehow the mic does not pick up her barks, which I'm so interested.
Different frequency.
I find interesting because she can bark. Y'all won't hear it, but it'll be loud in my ears, and I'll yell at her, and you'll hear that. So you'll be like, "What the fuck is Nick yelling at?"
See, the really strange
Really
thing
strange.
is if she is not near the mic, if she's over at the other side of the room, we do hear the bark.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird. She just winked at me like, yeah, it's fucking weird, yo. Anyways, I'm Strider Winters. You can find me really most oftentimes here on the Bardic Nox channel because I am his mod on Twitch. I'm his mod on Discord. I am in this game. I was in for some reason I thought I was in another game with you, but not anymore. All those got canceled or ran out. But yeah, find me on most often place you can find me though is on Discord, specifically the Bardic Nox server, to which I will make another link in the chat if you so choose.
If there's anything else, well, if there is not anything else, we'll move on to Dakota. Dakota, who are you?
Yeah, I'm Dakota, White Wolf 462, pretty much anywhere. You can find me here every other week for this, and every week on Mondays for the knockoff progression. That's about all I do right now. I may eventually start streaming. Haven't got around to it.
Of the casual. Maybe.
And it's one of those, I
interrupt you.
There's like 3 different things I wanted to stream, but the problem is I didn't have a good enough computer at the time. I got a good enough computer, but I'm already part of the way in all of them, so I can't stream them because I was going to stream them from the beginning.
I mean, yeah. A little
I am
bit...
I'm not restarting Valhalla just to fucking stream it.
Oh, oof. The thing I would use as a little bit of a tip, if there's a game you know you want to finish, but just have never quite been able to, that's a game you should stream, because streaming it will keep you on a schedule and you'll be playing it. Games you've started and never got around to finishing.
And Valhalla is one of them.
There's so many. There's so many on that list.
Outriders is another one.
Look, Outriders, we're trying to find a time when it's me, you, and Cody together.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it for me. Pass it on.
Shogun!
Yes.
Who are you, and what chaos have you wrought upon the world?
I'm Shogun. I stream on the Cryogun channel sometimes, along with Eglazar. And yeah, do stuff. Probably won't. Well, we're gonna try and stream later today, probably. But yeah.
Check out Cryogun.
Yeah. And I played Chum today. You know, a very low maintenance, simple character.
Yeah, nothing complex at all.
Maggie's more simple than this.
I personally think this is wonderful. I think this is
This is chaos.
I,
We have entered chaos realm. Good.
I need to remember to message you about what we're gonna do.
Yeah. So basically, the two options are: should I summon another chum and play as that next session, or should I just play as evil chum?
Please do evil chum. I want to see you be evil.
I mean, I'm very happy because this is also why you've got the Mind Palace fight as well, so you can be normal chum and evil chum. You can be both chums.
Because at this level, chum could fight, potentially the party. Like he's a decent boss fight. His actual damage output is pretty pathetic.
But his immunity to like 90% of our bullshit
is pretty good. All right, I'm getting a phone call. So
All right, so Shogun will go and do that, and we'll give our last two outros. Jimmy, who are you?
I am James. I played Jimmy in this session, and just to give you an insight in Jimmy's head, while all of you are trying to find this plan that works with how to get Jimmy out of this loop, Chum out of this loop,
And Data.
Jimmy fucking hates time. Any fucking solution, each time one of you brought up, each time he thought of something, it's a coin toss. Who the fuck knows? It could be good, it could be bad. So he's doing the truest scientific method. Fuck it. He's going in and he's either dragging or punching Chum out of there. Directly interfering, and let's see what
actually,
happens.
this is completely opposite of how Jimmy usually functions, so that's actually a little scary.
All I'm hearing is Jimmy's final boss battle in the entire series is clearly against the time root user.
No.
Every major punch, it just fucking
Chum already,
rewinds time.
Jimmy already had his final boss battle. It was against that dude against that bully that we fought, like, when we were crossing the Grand Line.
So there is the final Hotbot family member, and it is just time.
Time. Hot bud.
Hot time.
Hot time.
Hot time, yeah, hot times, that's his name.
Oh, no.
Hot take.
Hot take, there we go.
Yeah, hot take. But yeah, that's... Jimmy cannot think of any scientific solution that would resolve anything without it being heads or tails, good or bad, so...
Oh god, I just
There's
thought
no
of
point
another,
stressing about it. He's just gonna punch him and finds out what happens.
I just thought of another member of the Hotbot family that none of them talk to because they're ashamed of him, but the Hot Mess member that's literally their name.
Don't forget their pet. Hot dog.
Oh, fuck up. Rin,
The fire-breathing dog.
end our suffering. Who are you?
Ren.
There we go. Wonderful. And
Wonderful outro.
until next time, everybody, stay safe and happy adventures. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye!